Good evening, welcome back to the Fireburns Within channel. Time for my monthly roundup of metal and rock releases. March was just an amazing month for metal and rock for me. Just so many great releases. Even the slightly average ones were still good. I found so many albums to like. I'm gonna quickly list the albums I consider 7 out of 10. I'm not going to talk a lot about them. All these albums I gave a rating of 7 out of 10 to. They are Based, Necrosapiens, it's a death metal album, death metal band. Gary Hughes, Waterside, Gary Hughes, melodic rock from 10, the 10 Maestro. Gary, good solid album. Odd Dimension, The Blue Dawn is Italian prog metal. Yeah, it was okay, 7 out of 10 for me. Red Eye Temple, Vortex, yeah, good album, mix of styles, little bit progressive, little bit sort of almost thrashy, but not really. Female vocals, decent. Next one is Witherfall and Curse of Autumn. This is a good album. It could be possibly a 7.5 or 8, but the songs didn't do a lot for me. But it's a solid album, great music, good vocals, just a solid power thrash progressive mix. Okay, now the 7.5 out of 10 albums. The first one to mention is Kryptosis, Bionic Swarm. It's a progressive, thrashy, deathy album. Not so much death metal. The death metal part mainly comes from the vocals. But it's a really good album, really solid, great music, quite progressive in feel. Yeah, we can have a little 10-15 second listen. I'm going to put little clips. Hopefully we can get these past the censor, but just put little clips, give people a little insight into some of these albums. Okay, that was Kryptosis. Next is Enforced and Kill Grid. It's a thrash metal release, very heavy vocals, almost death metal vocals, very raw. Little bit of crossover appeal on this one. Very Slayer infused riffing. 7.5 out of 10 for this one. Let's have a little quick listen to this. Okay, next one is Heart Healer, the metal opera by Magnus Carlsen. This was a good release, 7.5 out of 10. This one was a more difficult release. It was quite a long-winded release, lots of female vocalists. It was a good release. I enjoyed this. I mean, it wasn't like anything amazing. I prefer Magnus when he's doing more straight ahead, more melodic rock, but this was a good release. I enjoyed it. Okay, let's have a little quick listen to a little bit of Heart Healer. Okay. Next is Ignite the Fire, The Fallout. This was a modern melodic metal release, very good vocals, some hints of Disturbed in this. I enjoyed most of this. The singer has got a very expressive voice. Very enjoyable release for me. 7.5 out of 10. Let's have a quick listen to this. Okay. Next is Issa with her new album Queen of Broken Hearts. This was a good album, typical Frontiers style release, melodic rock, good production, good riffs. Her vocals are okay. She's not my favourite singer, but her vocals are decent. It's just a pretty solid album from her. Let's have a quick little clip of this. Okay, next is Mindwork and the Cortex EP. It's a 4-track, just a 4-tracker, this one, an EP of basically they're pretty much a Cynic worship band. Cynic, the tech death metal band, who's, well, technical progressive metal band now. They're not really death metal anymore, but this band is more of the older Cynic style, so a pretty cool sort of Cynic worship, if you like. Okay, let's have a quick little clip of this. Okay, next is the band Numenor and Draconian Age. These guys are sort of like epic melodic power slash death slash folk. They've got a lot of things going on. These guys are pretty cool. They use different types of vocals, sort of scratchy, deathy vocals, lots of riffs, a little bit like Winter Sun, if you like, similar to that band. Okay, let's have a little clip of this. Okay, next one is Rapture and Malevolent Demise Incarnation. This one gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me. A solid, bullet fast, death, thrash, some hints of black, but not really a lot. Mainly a mix between death and thrash metal. Very fast, some great riff passages. I really quite enjoyed this album. Let's have a quick little blast of this. Okay, next one is Starmen by the Grace of Rock and Roll. These guys are basically a Kiss worship band. They've been releasing albums very frequently over the last 2 years, and they've returned again with another album. I quite enjoyed this. Again, it gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me. I think it's really quite enjoyable. Some quite nice melodic songs, good vocals, just a good, if you like Kiss, an old classic Kiss, then you should be able to enjoy Starmen. Okay, let's have a quick little clip of this. Okay, next one is Suncrown and Invincible. This one is a progressive symphonic power metal mix. Really quite good album, really enjoyable. Good production, good vocals, mix of styles between prog and power, a little bit of symphonic elements. Pretty cool album from Suncrown. Let's have a little clip of this. Okay, that was Suncrown. Next one is Tiranti, and I'm going to make a mess of the title of this because it's in Finnish. Orja Planeta. It's all sung in Finnish. It's a Finnish melodic heavy metal band. This is really enjoyable. Obviously you don't understand a single word they're saying because they're singing Finnish, but the album is really quite enjoyable. It gets a solid 7.5 out of 10 from me. Okay, let's have a little clip of this. Okay, next one. We're moving to the 8 out of 10 albums. The first one is Kane, a self-titled album. She's an English young lady singing 80s fixated melodic rock, very much similar to Vixen, Pat Benatar, bands like that, sort of like typical 80s girl-fronted melodic rock. This is a really enjoyable set of tunes that she's got. The man behind it all is the chap from Crazy Licks, Danny Rexon. He's behind it all, so she does a great job singing these tunes. These tunes are really catchy to my ears. If you like your 80s nostalgia, then you definitely need to check out Kane's new album. Let's have a little short clip. Okay, next is Dead Sun and Night Terrors. This is old school Swedish death metal, true old school Swedish death metal. I think the man behind this is Roger Johansson, the Swedish death metal king. He's in 1,000,001 bands. This is one of his better ones. This is proper old school Swedish death metal. The proper HM2 boss pedal sound all over this release, all over it. Let's have a little clip. Okay, next is Metalight, Virtual World. 8 out of 10 again for this one. This is a solid release. I mean, this is very cheesy, very keyboard heavy, lots of like Ibiza sounding keyboards, which is not really to my taste, but her vocals, Erica's vocals, are just awesome. The songwriting is enjoyable. It's melodic heavy metal with very big cheesy dance keys as well. So you've got to bear that in mind, and then you can just enjoy the music, enjoy the melodies. It's just enjoyable stuff. Let's have a little clip of this. Okay. Next is Stranger Vision and Poetica. It's an Italian band. I've never heard of them. I think they're pretty much brand new. Melodic heavy metal, stroke power metal. Not so fast. The reason which I really like this is because Simone Mulleroni from DGM, and he's handling the production duties, and this sounds really good, really chunky, really heavy, very melodic. The singer, he's not the best ever. He's okay. He's got an accent like most Italian singers do, but it's okay. It doesn't bother me. This is a very melodic, catchy release. Let's have a little clip. Okay, next is The Generals and To Hell. The Generals is a old school death metal band, very much like At the Gates, mixed with Entombed, old Entombed. The riffing is very catchy, very groovy. The vocalist is really cool, perfect for this style of death metal. It's got enough melody, enough catchiness, enough groove, enough headbanging sections to keep me interested. Okay, that was a little clip. Let's have a little clip from The Generals. Okay, that was 8 out of 10 by the way. Right, the next one is also an 8 out of 10 band. It's called Turbulence and the album is called Frontal. Very cool prog metal, this one. Lots of riffs, great production, solid vocals, very much in the Dream Theater mold. Let's have a little clip of this. Yes, very cool. I should add, I think they're from Lebanon of all places. Very cool to have a Lebanese prog metal band like this with this much quality. Okay, next one, we're moving to the 8.5 out of 10 albums. There's a fair few of them as well. Not too many albums to go, but yeah, 8.5s. Okay. Mason Hill, Against the Wall, Scottish modern hard rockers, UK's answer to Alter Bridge. I love this. This is so melodic, so heavy, so catchy, memorable, groovy, modern, very good singer. If you love Alter Bridge or modern bands, Tremonti, you're gonna love Mason Hill. Okay, let's have a little clip. Okay, next one is Ronnie Atkins and One Shot, 8.5 out of 10. A very melodic album from Ronnie. He's battling ill health now, but the album is awesome. It's very melodic, very catchy, very memorable, hard rock, sometimes heavy, sometimes quite soft. Still very cool all the way through. Let's have a little clip. Okay, next is Warrior Path, The Mad King, 8.5 out of 10. Amazing album, awesome riffs, awesome melodies. The voice, Daniel Hyman from Lost Horizon and other bands since, is back doing what he does best. You know, his power metal vocals, his shrieks, his melodies are awesome. The songs are really cool, very melodic, quite epic at times, quite speedy, quite mid-paced, all sorts going on. And Daniel, he gets to shine over the top on these vocals. Let's have a little clip of this. Okay, next one, also an 8.5 out of 10, is the album Winding Road. It's a self-titled album by a new band. It's a Scandi melodic AOR band, very catchy stuff, typically Swedish sounding. Everything is like as you would expect it, very much in the work of art mode. A little bit of Heat, a little bit of Eclipse, not so much Eclipse because it's not as energized, but it's very catchy, very well sung, very well produced. Everything is as you would expect. Let's have a little clip. Okay, next we're moving on to the 9 out of 10 albums. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 9 out of 10s, and then we've got the album of the month. Okay, the first one of the 9 out of 10s is Incinerate, Back to Reality. Incinerate is a new band to me. They play very groovy, very catchy death metal. Lot of killer death metal tempo changes, like pounding riffs, groovy riffs, heavy riffs, switchbacks. Very good vocalist, you know, he's like got a good understandable growl, just how I like it. The grooves are awesome, the songs are just catchy, pummeling, very, very catchy death metal. Let's have a little clip. Okay, next is another 9 out of 10. It's Ordenogan and Final Days. German, symphonic, epic, power metal band with their long mooted release. It was supposed to be released last year, but they cancelled it for this year, I guess, because of COVID and so on. But it was worth the wait. It's a great album. It's melodic, it's catchy, it's over the top, it's got a futuristic concept. It's a very, very cool album, very enjoyable, very melodic. Let's have a little clip. Okay, next 9 out of 10 album is Primiti, Violence of the Skies. I'm a huge fan of these local boys. I've seen them live numerous times. I look forward to their music all the time. Their albums, their recent albums are awesome. The Calling, the last album, was awesome. But Violence of the Skies, I mean, it just carries on where that left off. Very melodic, fantastically produced, very catchy tunes, great vocals, great shredding. Just epic, true heavy metal. Very, very enjoyable. Let's have a little clip. Okay, next 9 out of 10 album is Sunstorm and Afterlife. There's a lot of talk about this album in the end, you know, before the album came out, and in the end the album is really good. I mean, Ronnie Romero, he does a fantastic job. Okay, he's not got the legendary voice of Jolene Turner, and if Jolene had sang this album, it would have been just as good, but he didn't sing it for whatever reason. He didn't want to be involved, so they got Ronnie in, and the album still kicks ass. I mean, it's an awesome album. It's very melodic. The guitar work from Simone Mulleroni is just unbelievably cool. Very melodic, very shredding. Just awesome vocalist. Awesome guitarist, sorry. Very cool shredding. Just brilliant stuff. Let's have a little clip. Okay, just 2 albums to go. The last of the 9 out of 10s is a new album I just heard a couple of days ago. It's Paladin, Entering the Abyss. Paladin is not a band I know well at all. They are a Greek heavy power metal band with epic leanings. This album just blew me away when I heard it a couple of days ago. I ended up listening to it 3 or 4 times. I mean, I just really enjoyed it. Very melodic, very catchy, very epic. I love the singer's tone. The songs are like sort of like slight sword and sorcery type, you know, little bit of fantasy things going on in there. Just very cool, very melodic, very catchy, very epic. Great riffs. I mean, I'm just using the same words all the time, so you catch my drift. So here's a little clip of Paladin. Okay, this is it, the album of the month. It's Secret Sphere and Lifeblood. Now, I wasn't expecting this from Secret Sphere. This album's blown me away. I just love this album. The riffs, the melodies, the singer. The original singer is back. The last album was Michele Lupi, who I do like a lot. But this new guy, well, the old returning guy, he's very suitable for Secret Sphere. The songs are really catchy. The guitar work from Aldo, I think his name is Lonobile, is very good. He's the guy who's going to be behind the Sweet Oblivion album with Jeff Tate. The guitar work on this album is awesome. The songwriting is rock solid. It's got a progressive edge at times. The guitar work is awesome. The melodies are catchy, addictive, lots of replay value. I just really enjoyed this album. I mean, it's very tight between this album and the Primitai album, and even the Paladin, and even the Orden Ogan. I mean, it's very tight. I mean, I'm splitting hairs to give this one the album of the month, but I gave this one a 9.25 just to lift it up into the album of the month level. Okay, that was it. Let's have a little clip for Secret Sphere. Okay, that was it. Now that was my top albums of March in the rock and metal field. Okay, what have we got coming in April? We've got Scream Machine, self-titled, The Treatment, Arian, Finnish melodic metal band, Infinite and Divine, another Frontiers band, Sweet Oblivion with Jeff Tate, of course, Temple Balls, heavy rock, Madhouse, I think they're sort of like a old school rock, Haunt, you've got who play traditional metal, you've got Blaze Bailey's new album, got Cannibal Corpse for you death freaks, got Solstice, Casting the Die, it's a thrash band, you got Evil, more thrash, Icon of Sin, of course, Mr. Bruce Dickinson, Matey on vocals. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. You know, he's got his own name. Rafael Mendes, Mr. Mendes, come on. Maverick, Ethereality, hard for me to say. Robbie LeBlanc's new solo album. And Frozen Crown, the Italian power metal album band with their new album. Okay, that was March. Let's see what April has in store for us. Okay, stay tuned.